What do you do when you have lost your mojo? Well, you get sexy with yourself, hot mama. Yes, if you're a mom, you know very well how often momming is just not that sexy. Whether it's cleaning poopy baby butts or washing your teenage boy's soccer clothes, motherhood is not exactly the phase of life that women feel their sexiest in. However, that doesn't mean that it has to be the case. That's just a silly human story that most of us have made and that we have continued to perpetuate because no one has decided to change the story. And today I'm going to share with you exactly how you can reconnect with your sexy mama mojo self, even if you don't feel sexy, if you don't feel like you're in a sensual and an indulgent phase of life, and if it just doesn't feel accessible to you. Over the years, I have discovered many practices that I come back to when I'm feeling everything but sexy, but there are 3 of them in particular today that I am going to share with you to get your sexy mama mojo back. This is the Multiorgasmic Mama, the podcast for high-achieving moms to have sex worth putting the energy in for. I'm Tilly Storm, a holistic sex and intimacy coach, and it's my mission to help you want sex again, to have better orgasms, and to feel confident and sexy so you experience more pleasure in the bedroom and beyond. So when I'm feeling disconnected or out of touch with pleasure, I immediately go to these 3 things, and usually in this order. The first is breast massage. The second is a 10-minute jade egg practice. And the third is to have a freaking orgasm. Yes, mamas, having orgasms are amazing. I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. Okay, so first up, we get to talk about breast massage. So breast massage is this beautiful practice that takes it out of this clinical setting and something that your doctor tells you to make sure that your body isn't creating any cysts or lumps or anything. It takes it out of that frame of mind and doing breast massage instead to ignite pleasure and sensuality and connecting with your body again. So it becomes a sexy thing, not some clinical, I'm supposed to do breast massage to see if anything's growing that's abnormal in my boobs. No, that's totally not fun. And this way that you do it, it prevents that from happening in the first place because number one, you're doing it for pleasure, and the more pleasure that you fill your body with, the more your body is going to want to give you more pleasure and to be in alignment with more health and wellness. So doing breast massage is super simple. All you got to do is get your favorite skin-friendly oil, such as coconut or jojoba oil, and you're going to use the palm of your hands to sensually stroke your breast down on the outside first and up on the inside. So you're just going to go in a circular motion around the areola and the nipple, down on the outside, up on the inside. This is the cleansing direction. When you're going in this direction, stroking, you're clearing out any unwanted energies or any negativity from your breasts or any uncomfortable feelings like self-judgment or self-criticism or my boobs are so saggy, what happened to them? Now they're not like they used to be. Okay, when you're doing breast massage, this is your opportunity when you're going in this clearing direction to clear out all of that garbage. So you're just going to use the palm of your hands and massage for about 1 to 2 minutes in this direction. Then you're going to reverse the direction. After you do all this clearing and cleansing of all these negative thoughts, these negative energies, all that's lying there in your breast, you're going to stroke the palm of your hand up on the outside, down on the inside this time. And you're going to fill up your breast with loving thoughts, with whatever qualities that you want to fill them up with beauty, with goodness, with pleasure, with joy, with gratitude for what they've done for you, all of the good and the luscious things. So again, you're clearing out all the negativity and then you're pouring in all the positivity and the pleasure. So once you feel a bit more connected to your body and a bit in more of a mind space for turn on and pleasure, then you're really going to feel that mama mojo coming on board again. Yes, indeed, my loves. So the next thing you're going to want to do is to get out your trusty jade egg. Now, I know many of you don't even have a jade egg. Some of you, maybe this is the first podcast episode you've ever listened to from me, and you don't even know what a jade egg is. So I'm going to give you this short rundown. There are plenty of other episodes on how to start a jade egg practice, the do's, don'ts, and whys of doing a jade egg practice on this podcast. So you can go look through those and find them. They're not that hard to find. And the jade egg practice is simply using an egg-shaped stone in your pussy to do different squeezes and releases and breathwork practices with, to build a greater mind-body somatic connection to your pussy again. The thing with moms is that we get so disconnected from this part of our body, especially if we've experienced birth trauma or a birth experience that didn't seem so great, or that, left you with negative feelings about yourself, right? So as a woman, as a mom in particular, connecting with this part of your body in a pleasurable way, making that connection again is so important, because there's so many reasons that many of us have to not connect back to it, because maybe you felt your body betrayed you, that your body didn't know what it was doing in birthing a baby, or maybe it was completely the opposite and you had an incredible birth experience that made you be like, oh my God, my body is amazing. Look at all the awesome things it can do. Whatever your story is, creating a greater mind-body connection to your pussy is something that the jade egg practice can do for you. And not only that, but why do you want a greater connection with your pussy? Because the more toned and strong your vaginal muscles are and your pelvic floor is, the stronger and the longer lasting orgasms you're going to have. So yes, not only does it connect you to build a loving relationship with this part of you again, to help reignite that mojo and that flow of sexual energy and life force through your body again, but it helps you have better orgasms too. Yes, wonderful little side effect, huh? So when you do your jade egg practice, you're just doing different squeezes, releases, learning how to create tone in different parts. There's 16 different muscle groups inside of your vagina. But most of us, when we squeeze, and if you've ever done yoga before, they're like, squeeze Uddiyana Bandha, activate your Bandha, right? And it's just squeeze up on the pelvic floor. Well, that's a very generalized way to say it. But women actually have many different muscle groups in our vaginal wall and in our perineum, all of this area. It's so intricate. And the more that we have dexterity and we can control these different muscles, the more that we have that mind-body control, the greater connection and the better orgasmic experiences you're going to have, which will also help you to open to having different types of orgasmic experiences, such as G-spot orgasms, A-spot orgasms, and cervical orgasms, which are so luscious and amazing. So mamas, the jade egg practice. If you do not know how to do this, no problem, because guess what? I give you free jade egg practices on my website. How to Start a Jade Egg Practice e-guide actually has audio guided recordings of the breast massage and of 3 different jade egg practices that you can do, and they're only 10 minutes long, 10-ish minutes. So you can download the How to Start a Jade Egg Practice e-guide in the show notes below. Simply go to that link, put in your name and your email, and voila, there's your jade egg practice. So you don't have to have me explain everything. You can just go do it. Now, do you need a jade egg? You don't necessarily need one to do the practices, but you're definitely going to get added benefit if you have one. You can also buy your jade egg from my website at our online store, which you can access at the link in the show notes as well. They're $79 and they're amazing. They're the highest quality 100% nephrite jade available. So go check that out if you want one. But again, you don't need a jade egg to do the practice. So for example, if you're on a heavy menstruating day of your cycle, you don't ever want to use a jade egg on a day like that. So even with my clients that I work with and that do our live sessions with us, they don't use the jade egg on their heavy flow days, but that doesn't mean that they get to skip coming to the practice, okay? That means that they get to come and do the different squeezes and releases and still connect with their body and make this, a ritual and a practice for them, even if they don't use the jade egg. So no excuses, hot mama. Now, when you're done with the jade egg practice, many times what happens is you're gonna feel really turned on because you've just activated your mama mojo, your sexual energy, your life force energy has come back online again because you took the time to connect with it. Now, when that happens, if you feel that sense of turn on and you're like, yeah, I want to have an orgasm right now, by all means, please have one. Orgasm is such an amazing way to feel that you've got your mojo back because it floods your body with oxytocin, the love hormone, and it gives you that extra pep in your step when you're feeling really down and disconnected. So no, mamas, you don't need your partner to do any of these practices, and you may not feel up for partnered sex, or you just might be single, which is why starting a self-pleasure practice and having a regular sexual self-care routine is so important if you want to go through life feeling that you've got your mojo. So if this feels like a bit of a step for you and you've got a lot of resistance coming up as you hear me talk about these things, and starting this sort of practice on your own is probably like something, you're probably like, Tilly, I'm never going to do that on my own, then I want to invite you to the Sexy Motherhood Challenge. Also, you might be one of those people thinking, oh, hell yeah, I'll do that. Great. But maybe you want some additional support and accountability. I also want to invite you to the Sexy Motherhood Challenge, which is going to be happening May 25th, 26th, and 27th, 2022. The challenge is for high-achieving moms who want sex, they want to have better orgasms, and you want to experience more intimacy with your partner because you want your mojo back. Well, this challenge is going to be completely life-changing for 3 reasons. On day 1, here's what we're going to be going over and discussing. We're going to be going over how to overcome societal and religious conditioning to put yourself last, to sacrifice, and to survive as a mom so that your kids don't inherit the same pleasure and sex negative programming that you did. So if you're one of those people feeling a lot of resistance come up for you now about doing what I've just described, then that is because you don't know how to put your pleasure first. You probably don't think pleasure is very important, that it's something frivolous, that, it's something that I can only have once I check all of the other to-dos off my list, right? No. Pleasure is absolutely essential for you to thrive. If you have issues with making pleasure a priority, you're definitely going to want to come to day 1 of the Sexy Motherhood Challenge and learn about how you can overcome this conditioning. Day 2, we're going to be going over how to get empowered to shift out of anxiety and overwhelm and to tap into pleasure with this life-changing practice that works at the nervous system level. Yes, that's one of my favorites. You're going to feel so much more energized and like you actually have the energy to do something like this. I promise you. On day 3, we're going to discuss how to experience those earth-shattering orgasms that I was just telling you about with this embodiment practice that I was just telling you about. Well, learn how to finally get out of your head as well, because part of the reason you're not experiencing great sex and epic pleasure is because you don't know how. And I'm going to teach you how, hot mamas. Stop thinking, just go do the thing, sign up for the thing. If you can't come live on any of the days, just come live on the day that you can. There will not be any recordings for this challenge, and that is to protect the privacy of those that do attend live, as well as to encourage you to come live, because when you come live, you're going to get me in the room and you get to ask me any questions that you have. So you'll get my personal attention in the chat box. There'll be no video or audio on your part, so you don't have to talk, you don't have to show yourself, you don't even have to use your name. You can change your name to some fake name if that what makes it feel safe for you. Whatever gets you in the door, because it is going to change your life. I know it. These practices completely changed my life when I was a mom with really young kids, and they've changed the lives of so many of the clients that we work with day in and day out. So if you want your mama mojo back, if you're ready to experience epic sex and pleasure in the bedroom and in your life in general, then join the 3-day Sexy Motherhood Challenge and get turned on, hot mamas. Yes, all you got to do is sign up at the link in the show notes. Drop in your name and your email, and don't forget to download that Jade Egg e-guide, how to start a Jade Egg practice e-guide too, if that interests you. Can't wait to see you there, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now. Chances are, if you hear my voice right now, you might be a woman who struggles with lack of libido or desire, doesn't find sex that fulfilling or satisfying, or that's so busy and in your head that it's really challenging to drop in and actually enjoy sex when it happens. Yes, this podcast is here to help you with that. In each episode, I will be sharing everything I know to help you experience more pleasure in your sex life. But let's face it, simply obtaining more information isn't going to change anything about your sex life. The thing is, being a high-achieving mom who's already in her head a lot and is strapped for time and energy, more information is not what you need, sweetheart. Alternatively, learning to rewire your body and your brain so you can get out of your head, be in your body, and enjoy yourself is required. If you're really serious and committed to doing the embodiment practices, the somatic and the nervous system reprogramming, so you can experience epic sex in the bedroom and beyond, then I invite you to consider my Sensually Embodied Woman program. This is my signature program to teach and to coach high-achieving moms like you. And it's how over 70 women have experienced a massive increase in their sexual desire and pleasure in the bedroom and beyond in less than 4 months. Through the program, you'll get deep, intimate coaching from me for 16 weeks, where I'll be able to personally guide you through your specific sex life and relationship struggles. And you'll also instantly join a sisterhood of other high-level women going through the same things to support you on the journey. On top of that, in addition to all of the coaching, the community, the accountability, the teachings, and the audio-guided embodiment practices and meditations, when you join the Sensually Embodied Woman program, you'll get lifetime access to our member library with new bonus content that we're continually adding in. And by the way, the program does help you to become a multiorgasmic mama too. So yes, you can rely on just the information I share with you here, and yes, you may get the pleasure education you never got growing up. You may grow the ovaries enough to break the ice with your partner and have a meaningful conversation about your sex life, or you could take the shortcut and get the support you're going to need right off the bat. So if you're ready to commit to doing what it takes to have epic sex and pleasure in the next 4 months, then click the link in the show notes and fill out an application for the Sensually Embodied Woman program, and you'll be on your way to joining my magical world of multi-orgasmic motherhood and fast-tracking your journey to a thriving sex life and relationship today. Once again, hit the link in the show notes to apply for the Sensually Embodied Woman, and I'll see you there in the program.